Good morning. I'm here today to go over your Smiley Face Genetics digital lab that we're going to be completing today in class. As you can see, there's 8 slides in total, and if I click over to this slide, which is your direction slide, I'm going to go over kind of the ins and outs of this assignment. So this assignment, slide number 3 and 4 are your actual face phenotypes, which your phenotypes is what you physically see in a population or in an organism. In this case, it's going to be a fictional character that you're going to be creating based on those traits. On slide number 5 is the directions on how to actually build your smiley face. And then on slide number 6, which is probably where you're going to spend most of your time, that's going to be where this lab activity is found. You're going to be flipping a coin. You're going to be identifying your alleles based on either dominant or recessive traits, which are heads or tails. And then you're going to determine, of course, the genotype, which is your letters. And then once you figure out your genotype based on the combination of those alleles, you'll determine your phenotype. Your phenotype is what you physically see. For example, you're going to have a circle or a round face or a square face, so on and so forth. After slide number 7, that's where you're going to be actually creating your smiley face. And then slide number 8 is kind of like a conclusion slide or a discussion question slide. You'll answer those. I think there's 6 or 7 questions there. And then, of course, whenever you are finished, you will turn this assignment. You have this whole class period today to work on it. You actually might need to finish it again for homework or during AE time if necessary. So let me go through and kind of give you the ins and outs of this lab. If you look here again, you have face shaped and you have a dominant and recessive. Dominant is circle, recessive is square. Face color, yellow or green. Eye color, black or purple. Eyebrows, present means you have it, absent means you don't have eyebrows. Slide number 4, again, more traits. You have your teeth, present or absent, so you have teeth or you don't have teeth. Hair, you're bald or you have a mohawk. Nose color is a red triangle or a purple triangle, which is the recessive trait. And then your eyes, are your eyes opened or closed. Again, all fun, fictional stuff based on our Smiley Face Genetics digital lab. On slide number 5, as you can see, you're going to create your own smiley face by determining the traits from the parents. As you know, in the real world, you get one allele from your mother and then one allele from your father, and that in turn makes your genotype. Again, this is based on Mendelian genetics. This is very simple organisms such as a pea plant, not always the case necessarily in humans because humans are far more complex. So, and here's the example of what you're going to see. You're going to be circling either the dominant letter, which is the capital letter, or the recessive letter, depending on how you flip the coin. If you flip the heads and the tails, and then you can kind of combine them together. So let's do, go to slide number 6. So you're going to drag the circles, which are over on the left-hand side here, to whatever coin that you flip. Heads is going to be the dominant trait, or going to show the dominant trait. Tails is going to be the recessive trait. So as you can see, here's a little link that will actually bring you directly to this website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip or hit flip again, and it turned out that it is heads. So I'm going to go back to my lab. I'm going to drag my circle for parent 1 over to the capital S because that is heads represents the dominant trait or the capital letter. I'm going to go back and I'm going to flip again. In this case, it's tails. So then I'm going to go drag another circle. Tails is recessive, or tails is lowercase. So now, based on the genotype, okay, I'm going to erase this. I'm going to do a capital S and a lowercase s. And then my phenotype, if you forget what face shape might be, you're going to go back to slide number 3 and say, oh, okay, the dominant trait is going to show. As a result, I'm going to have a circle face. Circle face. Oops, we'll just put circle. And then let's do the next one. So continue. Face color. If you go back to your traits, face color can be yellow, which is dominant, or green, which is recessive. So let's do another flip. And you find that it is heads. So I'll drag this over here, and then I'll do another flip. And there's a couple other websites that you can do a tail flip or a heads and tail flip. It doesn't matter, whatever website you want to use, as long as you are completely randomizing your answer choices. That was also heads. So again, to show you, you combine these two, so they would be 2 capital C's. And if I look at my traits, I know that the yellow is the dominant for face, so I would put under my phenotype, I would do yellow. Okay, so you continue, so on and so forth. So now, hypothetically, say if you got a lowercase e for eye color, and then a capital E. I usually tell students when you go to write your genotype, please make sure that you always put that capital E first. You would be probably tempted to write it like that. But in the genetics unit, which we're going to be covering over the next month, I really want you to get in the habit of writing that dominant allele first so you can see it and then do the phenotype. Okay, so you're going to do this whole slide on slide 6 based on your coin flip. You can use an actual penny or a quarter or a dime. If you're at home, it doesn't matter to me as long as it's randomized and you're not just picking what you want. Okay, it has to be completely random. So that's slide number 6. Slide number 7, you're going to use slide number 6 to start creating your smiley face. So as you can see on the first 2 traits, I have a circle face shape and a yellow face color. So I can go down here and I can do a circle face. Make it really big. Okay. And of course, I'm going to delete this. Okay, so I'm going to make that. And then based on my trait of face color, it's yellow. Okay, so perfect. So I already have that completed. All right. So then you're going to go and do the next trait. And then based on my alleles, what were they? In this case, it's going to be black because black is dominant over recessive. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to grab my eyes and put them right there and so on and so forth. So you're going to continue to create your smiley on slide number 7. Slide number 8, you're going to answer these respective questions. There is 6 questions in total. Would you expect to see more yellow smiley faces or green smiley faces? Which of your traits were dominant? Which of your traits were recessive? So on and so forth. So you'll answer those questions in complete sentences under your conclusion section. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your teacher. We'd love to help. And if you have any questions along the way, you can also email. Thank you. Have a great day.